Hello everyone and welcome to introduction to JavaScript tutorial video. So what is JavaScript? JavaScript is a lightweight scripting language which can be used to develop dynamic and interactive web pages. It's also easy to learn. Examples include animations, simple interactive games, validations which can be done in client side or in the browser, etc. All these things can be done using JavaScript. It was developed by Brendan H. at Netscape sometime in between 1995 and 1996. Previously, it was called as LiveScript. The name JavaScript is misleading because JavaScript and Java, they are not the same thing. Tools needed to learn or write JavaScript code. A simple text editor such as Notepad would be enough to develop and learn JavaScript. You can also use any other text editor such as Sublime Text, or you can even use an IDE such as Visual Studio. This is an example of how JavaScript looks like. It's actually written inside either in a head tag or inside the body tag. Actually, it should be enclosed in between the script tags. This is the function name, my function is the function name, and alert hello world is the definition of the function. What this function actually does is, we are calling this function on a click of a button. There is a button called click here. Okay, if we click on that button, it invokes the my function. What this function does is, it simply pops up an alert box, and inside the alert box there will be a message saying hello world. Okay, now where to write JavaScript code? JavaScript code can be embedded in three different regions actually: in the header of the page, in between the head tags, or in the body of the page, in between the body tags, or in an external file with the .js extension. The first example is in between the head tags actually. See, this script is in between the head tag. Okay, now the second one is in between the body tag, right? See, it's in between the body tag and it's present in here. Now there's one suggestion that we have to include this script after adding all the elements, that is at the end of the body tag, because if for example if any browser fails to interpret the JavaScript, if it fails to interpret the JavaScript, then other elements will not load properly. Okay, so it's better to include the script tag after adding all the elements at the end of the body tag, because even if there is if the browser is not able to interpret the script, it will at least load other elements properly. So that's one of the reasons why it's better to include the script at the end of adding all the elements. Now the third example is in adding the JavaScript file in an external file. So this is how you do it. You just save a file with the JavaScript function and save it with .js extension. Okay, and then you reference that file inside the HTML head tag like this and then you can call the function. So it works in the same way. Let me just give you a live demo, how to develop using Notepad++. First thing is, you would need a Notepad++. Let me just download Notepad++. Actually, I've already downloaded. I'll just show you where to download it. Just type Notepad++ download, and this is the actual website where you can download the Notepad++. You can download the appropriate version based on your machine architecture. You can either download a 32-bit or a 62-bit. just download and install with default options. Now once you've downloaded it, let me just give you a live demo of how to use this example. Okay, I'll just open up the notepad. I'll click on the notepad++. When the application opens, when the notepad opens, I'll do one thing. I'll just copy this code. This is an example of a script which is written inside the head tag. Okay, now I'll just simply copy these lines of code, and I'll simply paste it in the notepad application like this. Okay, now this is an example of a JavaScript written inside the head tag. So what I'll do is I'll go to File and Save As. I'll just give the name as JS demo. Okay, JS demo, and the file type should be HTML. It's like this, hypertext markup language. You select this option and we'll just save it on the desktop. Now once this is saved, as I told you, what this script is doing is we have a button inside the HTML page. Once this button is clicked, it will invoke the function. What this function does is it will just simply gives a pop-up, and inside that pop-up there will be a message giving hello world. Okay, now I have saved this file in the desktop. Now what you have to do is right click on this file. So this is the file, jsdemo.html. right click on it and open with your default browser or whichever browser you would like to. I'll simply open it with Google Chrome. Now you can see that all that we have in this HTML page is a button, and it is click here. Okay, if we click on that button, a pop-up should appear, right? So I'll just click that button, and this is how the JavaScript function works. Okay, now the next thing is the example of adding it inside the body tag, right? Now what I'll do is I'll simply alter the script in here itself. I'll just delete this, I'll just cut this, and I'll put it inside the body tag. As I told you, it's preferable to put the script tag after adding all the elements. Now after adding, or the click like button is the only element in our HTML body, so this is where I'll add it. I'll just save it here. I'll go back to browser. I'll simply refresh it, and I'll do one thing. I'll just add some other message here. I'll just add from body. Inside the message, I'll just hello world from body. Okay, so that we can get to know it's coming from within the body, right? Now I'll just save it and hit on refresh, click on the button, and you can see the message, right? So you can include in between the head tags or inside the body tag. Now the third type of is using the external JavaScript file. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll simply copy this function. Okay, I'll copy this function, and I'll open up another notepad, new. I'll copy and paste this function. Okay, now I've just pasted it. Now I'll just save it as external. Okay, external, and the script file, the type of the file this time will be JavaScript file. Okay, .js. Now I'll just save it on the desktop itself. I'll just save it. Once I have saved it, we can see that it looks something like this. So this is how it appears on the desktop. And now what I'll do is I'll simply reference that file over here. You have to reference it only in the head tag, right? I'll write something like this: script source will be equal to external.js, and you have to close that script tag. Now once you're done with that, you have to use the same function names, right? Now you can delete this. You can delete this, and I should use the same function name. I've written the function name as external function, and inside the function hello world from external JS file. This is how the message should look like. And I'll use the function name, this function name, external function. I'll just replace that function name, my function name, with this function name. And once we are done with that, I'll just simply hit on refresh. Now this time when I click on the button, the message should be from the external JavaScript file. Okay. Now I think this should be the end of this video, but I have one more thing for you folks. Here I have something. I'll just put the link for this in the description. Now what you can do is you can practice the code yourself in real time. This is just one real-time text editor. You can just alter the script in here. For example, let me just alter it here. Okay, hello world real time. So after doing that, you no need to refresh anything. You just click on this button and it comes real time. You can even add style tags. Let me just show you an example. I'll just add a style tag in here. Style, and I will add a class called as my class. If not familiar with what is styles, no need to worry. I'm just showing that it's capable of doing that also. Now background color, keep it as an yellow. Now what I'll do is I'll simply make the body of this right hand side blue box belong to class equal to my class. Now just look at that. I did not do anything. In real time you can see the output in here. So this is one useful thing which you can use to learn the concepts whatever I teach in here. So this should be the end. Thanks all, and I'll see you again in the next video.